Well, this is 2 Minute of Beer and episode number 2. You know me, the Masked Warrior, and this is my co-star Chad.
Yep.
Um,
No hiding here.
I just want to say, Chad's gonna lead us the way. You know the fucking shit. So if you don't like us, please log off now. If not, continue watching.
Well, start off on a little topic today. I'll just read a little something off and kind of leave it open-ended and go from there. See what we all think, huh?
Sounds great.
Well, one thing I wanted to talk about. Well, I'll just read this little clip first here.
All right, read it away.
Well, Homo sapiens have been around tens of thousands of years. Civilization, about 8,000 years only. And it's always been survival of the fittest until just more recent decades. Modern medicine has allowed us to live much longer. The world has become so overpopulated so quickly. Truth is, most people are average or less intelligence. Therefore, maybe 6.5 billion out of 8 billion people on the earth are basically mindless drones.
Or be consumed by technology and what goes on around them.
Exactly. What happens years from now when there simply isn't space to survive? Scientific studies show very clearly when people are in close proximity to one another, they become more stressed, aggressive, violent towards each other. And I'm gonna leave it there. What's your opinion on that?
Well, I'm going to have to totally agree with you. Everything that's going on around us is confusing us as human individuals. We are subjected to what's going on around us, and we are therefore conformed and decided by our own opinions, by our conformity, forming us as individuals under a form of government. So we've lost our ways, Chad.
We have completely lost our ways. And only in the last 50, 100 years. Things have been the same since the beginning of time. People don't realize. People look back and think when we were riding horses in the 1800s, that's when the world started. Fortunately, it goes back much further than that, and there's a lot to learn from that.
I would love to ride horses.
Oh, I would too. You know, you go around just shooting people and
hell yeah, dude. Some robber meets you on a fucking road street.
At high noon at the OK Corral, son.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot you dead, motherfucker.
You know, and things got along fine. You know, I mean, your life. Do we want high life? Do we want to live till 90? When at 50 you can no longer move and your body hurts, and is it worth it? I don't know. To some, yes. To some, no. To me, no.
Come down to the sense of living. I mean, riding down a trail, you know, after a hard day's worth of work or whatever you were doing, you come across some vigilantes and you murder them all dead. And the next night, you know, you're camping out, having a gunfire, waiting for the next vigilante to join you. You're slow roasting a rabbit. I mean, what comes down to more living than that, other than living in the forest? I mean, that sounds great to me. I don't know who you are, but it's surrounded by TVs and people that telling you what you should do with your life. It comes down to, are you existing or aren't you?
Right.
That's what it comes down to.
Perfect example. Going to New York City, walking down the street. I'm from the Midwest, so you say hi to somebody, they say hi back. You go there, nobody acknowledges you. Everyone is in their
own state of mind.
9 to 5 bustle. This is what we got to do. There's billions of people around me. I hate everybody. I just want to keep to myself. Well, eventually, with this population boom, this is what is going to happen everywhere. It's not going to work out.
At the end of the day, who are you going to kill?
Yeah, that's what it comes down to.
That's
what it comes down to.
Exactly my point. It comes down to that.
And that's why crime is so much higher. in these cities. You can't get, like I said before. I mean, they started with rats and then went to humans, but the closer you are to people regularly, close proximity, people become aggressive. Much more aggressive.
They say the crime rate's growing in the United States and all around the world. Well, in fact, if you actually rely in the rate of growth, we actually have more people per capita. If you
Exactly.
have 1,000 people and there's 4 criminals killing everybody, what do you have? 1 to the 4,000. So after that, let's say we have 5,000, and now all of a sudden we have 12,000. 12,000 people killing each other. Well, that comes with growth. So that's expected. So to say that one county or one country or one continent is more capable of killing is called ignorance.
And it's not bliss.
It's not bliss. Exactly, Chad.
Well, God, I had a couple points and they,
Well, you know, we all have a couple points.
yeah.
A lot of the viewers, which are few to some.
Don't need
So,
lots of viewers. It's not what it's about. It's about getting the truth out there. If you want, if you want to listen, please do. It's not for everybody.
It's not for everybody, but for those who are open to the truth, I mean, beware that you're being poisoned and brainwashed by our media.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that, Chad?
Oh, you couldn't be more right. I mean, think about it. The media, all the fake news, all the bullshit. You turn on every Fox News, CNN. What the? They're just trying to tell you about the worst drama they can possibly come up. If there isn't any, they'll make some up and they'll twist it and turn it and edit it and make it seem like the fucking world's gonna end. It gets old. I mean, think about it. Really, you know, before all this technology boom, before everyone can flip on the news and YouTube and Google everything, like 1800s, people were killing each other a lot more than they are now.
They definitely
It's just that now it gets out everywhere. Something happens 20,000 miles away, you hear about it like that. We didn't always have this. It happened, you never found out about it. You think there was never a school shooting before fucking Columbine? Don't be fucking ignorant. I'm sorry.
Yeah, don't be ignorant, audience.
It's just now that it gets blown up. It just gets blown up into proportion. Out of proportion, excuse me.
Out of proportion and improportionate. Propaganda news, we thank you for giving us little details and telling us what's actually happening. You know, you watch the news tonight and there will be some New World news about some burning of the cathedral. Mind you, I care about the cathedral, and if you know what I'm talking about, then I care about it and I express my major concerns. But still, at the end of the day, how many times are they going to broadcast something that happened? I get it. Not everybody's watching and stuff like that. But back then, who was watching? Nobody was fucking watching.
No.
Nobody.
No.
It's fucking...
KKK's got, 20 black men hanging in their front yard, and it's not on the news.
No, because
cares.
A cop didn't kill any of those individuals,
The
so
cop
why
was
is it on the
probably wearing
news?
a white mask himself,
Exactly, my point. He's being masked and, conjured away from the audiences.
You say that nowadays and you're shunned.
Yeah, you say that and you're shunned. It's bullshit. Propaganda news. That's what I call it, because it's not true. Nothing ever happened.
Yeah.
And if it did happen, it's conjured up in schemes. That's all it is. That's all society is nowadays, is schemes. It's not the truth.
Nope.
So quit believing the bullshit that's going on around you.
Yeah. Every time you see an ad or a commercial, don't listen.
Don't listen. Ad or commercial, don't listen.
You ever notice that every commercial, like medical commercial, pharmaceutical commercial that comes on is, are you feeling stressed, tired, irritable bowel, sore muscles, cold, can't breathe, can't sleep? Obviously, one of these symptoms are going to hit you, and you're going to be like, oh my god, I need that. You do not need that.
As soon as
Do
you
not
start
need
taking that, you read the fine print, and it's like, can induce sleep apnea, or can induce sleep disembowelment.
Right.
Something detrimental to your
And in rare
form of
cases,
existence.
death.
Yeah, rare cases death, cancer, coughing up blood and stool.
Yeah.
That sounds great, doesn't it?
People need to come more in tune with their own bodies, and there's no miracle cure out there, people. There's no drug that you're gonna take, and life is great. There's just not. There's a side effect.
Well, mind you, we all have forms of technology, and our government holds these forms of technology to cure us. Well, for you and me, we do not have cures, but them, they certainly do. So quit wishing upon a star, and I get it. Your loved ones are in peril. Don't
Very
go to
true.
these people that are gonna actually, in circumstance, actually kill your loved ones or create more peril for your life and your loved ones. More suffering and pain. That's all it brings.
Yeah. Speaking of that, gives me a thought. My father passed, cancer, fucking stage 4, shit show, horrible. If there's one thing I could take back, let him drink his beer, let him smoke his cigarettes. He's gonna die. He's gonna fucking die. The chemo, the radiation, it does more damage than good, especially if you're terminal. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. You're gonna be 80 pounds, shitting yourself. I'll just stop before I get a little emotional, but yeah.
Chad, don't get emotional on us.
I don't get emotional.
Even though
I
these
accept
things
it.
are
I accept
very
it. I
emotional.
accept it. Well, the thing is, cancer, stroke, heart attack, we think these are diseases nowadays. These aren't diseases. These are the ways people have always died. Now we just have labels for them and half-ass cures for some of them. What it really means when you have cancer or fucking heart failure, heart disease, is you're dying. You're old.
Yeah, I can't say I can speak on personal reference or personal experience, but my mom had cancer when I was a kid, nor was I aware of it. But she has a scar
Really?
on the inside of her thigh that forms an H. It's crazy,
What kind of
right?
cancer she have?
Melanoma.
Really?
Yeah, malignant.
Yeah, skin.
Yeah.
You're able to take care
And
of
it's
it.
funny that the scar formed an H. We're not gonna. We'll go as far as H forms the last letter of my last name, or my first letter of my first
we don't hold
or
shit
my
back
last
on
name.
here.
But it's crazy that happened.
Oh.
And it almost claimed her life.
Oh yeah.
No,
It's no joke.
Yeah, I could say that if it wasn't for my mother, I wouldn't be anywhere today. So
I wish I could say the same.
I feel ya, brother. It's all right.
I got it. And I know we're on live and everything, but my mom's fucking psycho.
Yeah?
I miss my dad. If I had a problem, I'd go to my dad. I'd talk to him.
We either miss our dad or we're mothers,
And I go to
and
my mom, she starts screaming at me for something. Whatever. I think that's a woman thing. That's a topic for tomorrow.
different day.
Yeah, because I got a lot.
Topic for a different day.
Yes,
Women.
Yes, sir. There's
All right.
entitlement. Okay, I'm stuck. Yeah. Yep.
But right now, it's at a form at its best, well, maybe a form of its all, well, we can say that product of its nature is symbolism of our medical needs or jurisdictional whereabouts or what's going on around us. Everything is connected. Everything is co-adhesive. And if you start to realize this, nothing really has a preference at this point, and that is why we're professing it, advertising it, speaking it, making you aware of it.
Putting it out there.
We're putting it out there.
Yeah. And let me clear this up. This is not for us to become famous. This is not to make money. This is just something that we both, we feel strongly about a lot of things, and we think that people that might not have ever had it put to them in a certain way, and that's what we're trying to do. That's all.
Professing.
Yeah, I mean,
you need a professor to go through college, make you aware of the whereabouts of algebra, chemistry, biological warfare, biological evolution, literature, writing, reading, everything you can think of. This is everything put into one. And if you're so close-minded as that, I mean, obviously you don't understand the concept that is given to you at hand. And I feel sorry for you.
And just so you know, this isn't two idiots talking shit. We're both very well educated. We want to put it out there.
I mean, more have been drinking than others. But other than that, I mean, I'm pretty sure you can come to the conclusion or draw the conclusion yourself to what is right and what is wrong.
That's another topic I love. What is right and wrong?
Oh, man. What is right and what is wrong? Where can we start with that?
I've tried. It doesn't end. Is it illegal? Legal? Is that right and wrong?
Well, like I tried to say before in our first video, if you watched, there's a lot of gray area, and there's no black and white. If there's black and white, I mean, there is black and white, but if there is, be the judge for yourself.
Let's just say your child is severely injured. Traffic's backed up. Ambulance can't get there anytime soon. Your parents can take you to the hospital faster than the ambulance can. Is it illegal if your mom's going 85 and a 55 to try to save your life? It's illegal. Is it wrong? You tell me. I don't know. There's a billion examples.
Yeah, I mean, you can wait the time for the ambulance to show up, but then by the time the ambulance shows up, you're almost halfway there to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Then you gotta wait for the ambulance to show up at the hospital and be like, oh my god, cardiac arrest.
And this has happened to me, so yeah. No, it's a pretty good example. I mean, what is right and wrong? And who breaks the law? Illegal, come on. If speed limit's 55, who doesn't set their cruise at 60?
And then
you're breaking the law.
You're pulled over by a state trooper or sheriff or city deputy or whatever you want to call them. You're pulled over.
I got my own names for them.
I feel mutual about the concept, but yeah. We're not going to go into...
We're going to get you.
Yeah, I feel the same.
Oh, I probably shouldn't have said that.
No, probably not. But it's okay. But it's the same, people are pulled over for exceeding the speed limit when they're on their way to the hospital. Well, maybe we should have made aware of these things, but in the moment of progress, it is hard or almost impossible to even fathom the concept, hey, maybe I should have informed the deputies that I'm going a certain speed limit to save my loved ones. It's bullshit.
The greater
picture.
Yeah, the bigger picture, exactly.
They pull you over, and you don't pull over, they'll try and stop you, and then they're stating that you're exceeding the speed limit, and
now they want to shoot you, and you're already injured.
Now you're a felon. You're already.
And like I said, this has happened to me, so this is not a hypothetical fucking situation.
And these people are against us. I'm perfectly aware of the bullshit. Thank you. Just wanted you to make you aware that I'm perfectly aware of your bullshit. Those of you who are watching and uphold the law. Thank you for upholding the law and killing our loved ones. This is for you.
It slightly brings me to a similar but different point of
What's that?
Well, okay, if pot's illegal in your state, still the devil's lettuce, whatever, even though the country is bound to, or drinking, or whatever it is that you do to self-medicate. When you do it, you almost get a high up, because you're not supposed to be doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Okay, I'm not going to name any names. I used to work with some of these ladies, saints.
Really?
Just do
Damn
anything
saints.
for you. And you get to know them well enough, and they tell you, oh yeah, they're going to go home, and they're going to get some wine, and they're going to get all giddy off it. And
well, if you're working with anybody, that's what they say. So
they're doing something they don't think they should be doing, and they're getting that same high off of it. I'm not condoning fucking hard drug use by any means.
Well,
I'm against it.
Well, if you were to work at any manufacturing company, everyone would be like, hey, you gonna meet at this bar?
Yeah, right.
Well, drunk driving's against the law, but hey, you gonna be there tonight?
Right, exactly.
I hope you're gonna be there.
There's this bar, I won't name the name of it, in Sheboygan. A lot of cops like to hang out there. You can watch every cop leave drunk. If you sit out there, yep, every one of them stumbles out, gets in their car, drives home. Those are fine.
But these are people upholding the law.
Precisely.
I've seen them too myself.
Mm-hmm. I used to live above the bar.
I've seen them in stores.
Above the bar, yep.
Shopping and bowling.
I won't say any names. Officer Tauschak, come out shit-faced.
Yeah.
Getting his vehicle.
I'm not gonna.
He's now the chief of police. I'm sorry, I ain't holding shit back.
I've also have a sheriff named Tennyson, and he was after persecuted me and my ex-fiance against me. He used to stalk my ex-fiance and show up at her house, and she was like, "Why are you here?"
I've heard.
Yeah, and he followed me, and I had to withhold my documents from court and pull them in front of him and say, "Hey, what are you doing?" I witnessed my lawyer coming out of the court proceedings and saying, "Why are you harassing my client?" And I'm like, wow, this sheriff is actually going out of his way
to fuck you.
To fuck me. Because of jealousy, I don't know, I'm unaware.
Sure, yeah. You don't like you.
I'm sure he don't like me, and he has personal provocations beyond this point, and are prevalent, abound or beyond the prevalent or necessary needs to proceed with criminal proceedings against me. And I had documentation saying, hey, you need to leave this this area. And my lawyer came out and said, hey, you need to leave this area or I'm going to proceed with harassment charges against my client because you're harassing him because you're following him around the block 8 times and showing up at his fiance's house. Ridiculous to me.
It's illegal for him to go out of his way like that.
Yeah, he went out of his way.
Fucking.
It's called an
I don't even go there.
It's called an abuse of power. And that's what they were doing. And I do not agree. And I'm sure others will not agree. Let's say people that are saying they're black and they're killed by white people officers. Then they're saying
Quick interjection.
Yeah.
I'm white.
I'm white.
Got fucked up by a bunch of cops. Fucked up. So I don't want to hear any of the fucking black shit. I got metal in screws and. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I
Just
totally,
wanted to throw it in there.
I totally agree with you. Everybody's being fucked up by cops. It doesn't matter which race you are. You know, so at the end of the day, my fiance was being stalked by a white male and trying to proceed more evidence against me so I cannot be around the picture anymore
Sure.
to proceed me into prison, which was my first criminal offense as a being.
Once you're in the system, you can't jaywalk without going to jail.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't realize.
We're not going to get into that.
No, that's another.
But
segment.
you know, this is bullshit. You know.
Yeah, I ain't gonna. I've been to jail. I'm also extremely well educated.
I've been to jail. I've been to prison. So we're not going to get into that.
No.
But
it's
multiple jail proceedings have led me.
And some people are like, "Oh my God, they've been to jail." Fuck these guys. They don't know what they're talking about anymore.
Yeah.
They're shit. But a lot of you do know what we're talking about.
Yeah. You all do know what we're talking about, and this is bullshit.
What happens when Congress passes a law? New law. You can't fucking
Drive across the crosswalk without an officer present.
Yeah, well, you're not.
So here we are again. Criminals living within the justice system. That's what it comes down to.
Mm-hmm. What's fucked up is more than half of the fucking people that were in jail when I was in there for my little petty misdemeanor that they fucked up on. I'll get into that. Half the people in there are in there for petty little pot charges.
Petty ass little pot charges. Petty. And they're locked up with.
In our island state of Wisconsin, everywhere around us, it's legal.
Criminalists from Chicago, Milwaukee, and Minnesota. What? For selling weed.
Minnesota? Did you say meth?
Yeah. Selling weed, selling meth, and selling heroin. And most of them are caught up in our city or county of residence district for drug charges. All of them.
Petty. I mean, we're not talking. We're talking like a fucking joint.
Well, we're not talking long because we're about to get cut off.
That's alright. I
don't know if it's my phone or the government.
That's alright. We had a good segment.
But I'm
whatever.
just saying.
I hit 47 different phones. It don't matter. You can't stop us, motherfucker. You can't stop me.
I'm just saying that we're fucked over by our government.
Well, obviously they're